Hey y'all, hey y'all, hey y'all, hey, what's going on? Welcome to In the Kitchen with Crystal. I am Crystal Taylor, the owner of Fitness is Not a Game, and it is my goal in life, on Saturdays at least, to help you make healthier meals that you still enjoy, but also help you to enjoy what you see in the mirror and to do it quickly. So, a lot of times with meal prep, people think that it's all about cooking the food in advance, but it's not. It could also just be prepping the meals in advance. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make 3 freezer meals that you can make today, throw in the freezer, defrost when you're ready, and make them when you're ready. So if you are here with me now, say, hey, let me know that you're here. If you're catching us on replay, do me a favor and type replay in the chat. And let's get to it. But of course, before we get to it, we have to drink our water. And what are we making today? Oh, cheers. Today, we're going to make one of my absolute favorites. We're going to prep chicken fajitas. When I tell you I love a crock pot fajita, baby, one of the easiest and most delicious meal that I have. Plus, we're going to make a meatball soup. And lastly, we're going to prep some salmon packets. All right? So, since we are prepping these for the freezer, the first thing we have to do is get our gallon bags, get you a Sharpie, and before we put all the things in here, we're just going to write down what's in here, right? So I'm going to put my chicken fajitas. Then we're going to make meatball soup. And then lastly, salmon packets. And you might say, well, Crystal, why you got to put this on here? You can tell what's in there. In case you add some different flavors, right? And I have a few of them already stacked up in the freezer. And sometimes when they're frozen, you don't know what the ingredients are. And you can also, if you want to, you can add on here how you want to cook these, just as a reminder. So under fajita, I'm going to put crock pot or slow cooker, whatever you want to call it. And now, you know what? Let me hold off on that. Give you some more instructions as we move forward. So since we're going with the fajitas, I wrote that down. Let's start with those first. And when I tell you this is so easy, you can be like, why I didn't do this before? All right. When you think about fajitas, what do you need? Just your protein, some peppers, some onions, and some seasoning. Ta-da. That's all we're going to do today, right? So we'll start. And the cool thing about it is freezer prep, which means it's going back in the freezer, which means you don't have to defrost a thing. No, just throw this thing up in here and keep on moving. Okay? So I'm going to put hand touching chicken. So I'm going to put, and you eyeball it, how many you want and how many you need. I'm just going to give you a nice size amount of chicken to go up in here. Let's see. I'm going to put one more in now. I'm going to see what. Oh, yeah, I love this little baby one, but I don't necessarily want to cook. So it ain't going to make nobody happy if I cook it by itself. So now I got my chicken in there. Right? Put this to the side. Cool thing is, I shared with y'all before, I always keep a bag of pre-sliced and frozen peppers, all the colors. I just keep them when I buy my peppers. That's one of the first things I do is just cut them up and freeze them for moments like this. So that way, whenever I want to use the pepper, because typically I'm cooking it in some type of way, it doesn't have to be fresh. It's already cut up, right? So I'm just going to add some of these in here. And let me mix it up so I get all the colors. And I'm not going to use all my peppers. Even though they cook down, I'll say this. When it comes to your peppers, be mindful that they really, really cook down. So think about, I want to keep some of my peppers because I use my peppers a lot. But I like my peppers. There we go. I like my peppers in my fajitas. All right. The only thing I don't have already prepped are my onions. So let me put this to the side. And I'm going to go ahead and just cut up an entire onion. Probably could have done two for the amount that's in there, but we're just going to do one. And if I feel like it the day of, I can always add more onion, and you can do the same. So as you'll see, this is the only thing I'm really prepping today. Everything else, we just throwing stuff in the bag. They say it's in the bag. Let's see. Boy, this thing does not want to peel. I'll tell you, the doggone skin. That skin. So, yes, I love keeping peppers in the freezer. I just slice them up as soon as I get them, and just put them in bags. Just throw it in the freezer. And like if I do want to melt them down, not melt them, defrost them down to cut them, you just sit them out for a couple minutes, or you can just grab a handful of those peppers and run it under the water, and it helps to like defrost them really, really quickly. So that way you can saute them and cut them and do whatever else you want to do with it, right? So I'm just cutting up this entire onion. Right? Sort of wish I had a bigger one. That's why I said I could have done 2 onions. And I probably will on day of go ahead and add another onion. Just depends. And then now I'm just slicing these rings in half, just so they can be long like the peppers, right? I'm breaking this up. Real simple and easy. Simple and easy. Then lastly, all we're gonna do is add our seasoning. And I use the fajita seasoning that's in the first cookbook that I have, the In the Kitchen with Crystal cookbook. In the back of that cookbook, I have a number of seasoning blends so that you can make your own seasoning blend, so you don't have to worry about going to the store to try to find any. And you can control how much is in there, especially if you want to make your own version. It's already lower sodium, but you can make it even lower sodium. All right, so I'm just going to sprinkle this in here till my ancestors tell me stop. I like some seasoning. Yeah. And then, of course, on the day of, you get to decide if you want to add more. And then, just going to shake this up. And I'll tell you this too, when it comes to the seasonings, because we're going to season each of these, I don't want you to be worried about when the seasoning is not completely distributed and blah, 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 blah. As it defrosts, when it's time to cook it, those seasonings, that's when you really want to shake it up in, and those seasonings will marinate in. So, voila, we already have chicken fajitas ready to go. How easy was that? How easy was that? Now let's move on to number 2. If you're ready for the second one, type of 2 in the chat. And if you know somebody who struggles with meal prep and they need some good ideas, tag them. Share that on your page. You're like, hey, these are quick and easy meal prep ideas. Because I did freezer meals last week. Did 3 of them last week. Still have 2 in my freezer. Now I'm about to have 5 meals just in my freezer for when I'm ready to cook. Super duper easy, right? All right, up next, we're going to make our meatball soup. Now, what I was going to tell you, and holding off on this, because it's a soup, you're going to use broth. And please use broth and not just water. When folks be like, oh, healthy food be so bland because you cooking it bland. I'm just saying, right? So I will put on here for this meatball soup as a reminder to add my broth. And you can do this in a slow cooker. You can do this on the stove, however you want to make your soup, right? I have tried no pressure cooker. I don't know. I ain't got one of those, so I can't speak on that. But I'm just going to write on here to remind myself to add broth. Now, if you want to add veggie broth, you can. Beef broth, chicken broth, just whatever broth you choose. Try to find a low sodium version, right? So I'm going to add broth and / slow cooker because I like to put everything in a slow cooker. Look, ain't nobody got time for all that stuff, all right? So this is super easy too. We're going to use us some diced tomatoes, some mixed vegetables because it's a soup, and meatball. It's a meatball soup. So I just decided I want to do something else too. Let me go ahead. Now, what I did learn, what I was reminded of last week, is that when I'm doing anything where I'm making a sauce, I I want to do that in the bag first, so I get all those flavors to marinate. See, here they go making all this noise. Oh my. Jeez. I swear this can opener just like that embarrass me. What it makes noise and now I don't even want to open? Seriously? Come on now, stop playing with me. There. But make the sauce, excuse me, in the bag before I add all the other stuff so I can mix it up. Right? And since this is a meatball soup, it's giving me Italian vibes, right? Without all the extra pop. So guess what we're gonna do? We're gonna season it up. Now with my diced tomatoes again, because I told you all I believe in flavor, adding flavor and seasoning every level, every stage. These aren't just plain diced tomatoes. I got the ones that are basil, garlic, and oregano. You could also get fire roasted. I started to mix. Oh, that smells. Ooh, 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 ooh. I smell all of the flavors. Yes. Woo, chat. All right. Put them tomatoes. I lost my train of thought for half a second. But I'm going to add that. And because I'm making a soup, which means I'm adding broth, even though I'm using broth as opposed to water, it's still going to dilute it some, right? Which means you don't have to add some extra seasonings and some extra flavors. That's why I decided to start about it. I'm going to add some Italian blend. Yes. I'm going to add some oregano. And oh, I wish y'all could smell this. Oh, my goodness. Ooh. I'm going to add a little table blend just because I like the table blend has a little pepper in it. I like a little kick. And then that's that for now because when I cook it, I'm going to be tasting it anyway to see if I like it. Right? And then mix it again. Because right now, OMG. Look, bam. Ooh, that smells so good. All right, so mix that on up. Now I'm going to throw some of these vegetables in here. Now you decide how chunky you want your vegetables. You choose whichever mixed vegetables you want. There are a whole bunch of different kinds. I just have the regular mixed vegetables that has the peas, the green beans, the cone, you know. Woo! That one. But I sort of wish, you know, ooh, depending on day of, I might dice a tomato. I mean, not tomato, potato or two to put up in here. Add a little, All right. So I'm just imagining what my soup gonna look like. Because we want vegetables. I know we already got tomatoes, but I like a good vegetable soup. So it ain't vegetable, we're adding meat. Yo, you have no idea how good this smells. Oh my gosh. Look, I might be making this tomorrow. Sheesh. See how I just opened that bag with attitude? Does it smell that doggone good? And you can get whatever frozen meatballs you want. But I like to use the meat-free, the meatless meatballs. They're zesty. And I love these because they cook pretty easily. And they sort of like, they don't stay hard like meatballs. They sort of mix up so it's like a meatball crumble sort of kind of. I like it. And the family likes it. I can't remember the last time I bought a regular meatball. Then you just gonna mix it up. And we've already put on here that we're gonna add some broth and we throw this in our slow cooker. And of course with slow cookers, with all the meals, it's typically on low for 6 to 8 hours or high for 4 to 6 hours. So bam, look at that. Now we got our meatball soup. 2 of them done already. Less than 15 minutes. 2 good old meals ready. Y'all ready for the last one? This last one we're doing salmon packets. So what we're doing with this, we're going to do this one a little different in the sense that we're going to prep them sort of individually and then we're going to put them all in one bag. All right? Because these are like 4 individual meals. So, and that's honestly all you need for this. And this is just, we're just going to do the salmon and the veggies. So you can decide what grain you want to put with it, if any, right? So, all right. baggie for my salmon packets. Oh, I do have one more thing to cut up. Let me go ahead and get the cut. What do we cut on? Oh, onion. That knife and flip the other side because we don't need no onion flavored nothing for this. So we are going to, and I'll tell you this. I'm modifying because I believe in modifying with what you have. Since it's fish, a lot of times you see fish and lemon, right? Fish and lemon. I ain't have no lemon, so I said, you know what? Let's see what the lime tastes like. If I put lime, like if I was doing a shrimp taco or something, I put lime on that. Or should we call them green lemons? Y'all, did y'all see that video? Man called the lime a green. I mean, what I said, yeah, green lemon. But he called the lime. Yeah, he called it a green lemon. I say, sir, I was thinking, what school system did you go to that you call that a green lemon? Everybody know that's a lime, right? So we have 4 packets that we're making. So I just want to make sure I have about 2 thin slices for each. May not even need that much. May only need 1. You know what? Because I don't want it to be too overpowered. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to stop right there. Let me put this lime, this green lemon, back to the side. All right, so I got my limes ready. So what we're going to do in each of these bags, we are going to season up, like prepare the seasoning for it. So we're going to use a little garlic to help it stick. We're going to use some extra virgin olive oil. Whenever I do anything with seafood, I always use my young Old Bay. And then I'm going to mix it up. Since we have 2 of them, I'm going to do, 4 pieces of salmon. I'm going to do 2 different flavors for my salmon. I'm going to do one that's a Cajun, and I'm going to do one that is a jerk. And as a matter of fact, let me write that on the bag before we get to going. So again, it's all about knowing which one is which. So now I can put jerk on here, on 2 of them. Hey, my bad. I know y'all like, what is she listening to? I just bust out into a random dance. You can't hear, but I can. And guess what? I've enjoyed it. All right, so I'm just writing Cajun on 2 of these bags, and then jerk on the other, right? Because I love jerk. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix these seasonings up the same way with everything else. We're going to mix these seasonings up first inside the bags, and then we'll add the meat. So let me get all. I feel like I'm like, oh, I gotta get all the things. So we love us some doggone garlic. Hey, come on now. My bad, y'all. Usher over here singing to me. He said he don't know my name. Probably won't even matter tonight. See if you know the song. You know the song, drop it in the chat. All right, so I'm just putting a little bit of garlic. Because remember, I don't have to go hard because this is, each one of these bags will have 1 piece of salmon. All right, so you decide how hard you want to go. But I don't feel like I need to go super hard because we don't have a lot of stuff. All right. So I'm just putting about half a teaspoon of minced garlic in here. You can use whatever type of garlic you want. If you want to use a garlic powder, you can. If you want to use garlic paste, you can. Do you, boo-boo. Do you. All right. So then I'm going to put a little bit of EVOO, just a little bit in here. Now, this is the same thing when I was telling you about with, what did I say? Oh, with the fajitas. And it'll happen also with the soup. Once it starts defrosting, because of all of these, you want to put these in the fridge the night before you decide to make them so that they can defrost naturally and in the most healthy manner. Once they start defrosting, those flavors are going to marinate into that meat anyway, right? So you don't have to worry about it being frozen meat. And you're like, it's not even getting the flavor. It'll get it. It'll get it. All right, so I'm going to put a little Old Bay in all of them. Oh, I know what else I sort of want. Thought about it. My stepmom used to always use Greek seasoning on her salmon. And at first I was like, what? But it's so good. Any of you use Greek seasoning? If you use Greek seasoning, let me know. All right. So throw my Old Bay in there just because it's seafood. You got them. All right. Now, remember, we're doing 2 that are jerk and 2 that are Cajun. So got my Cajun seasoning. It's just a regular Cajun season. But I believe there's a Cajun seasoning in the cookbook. But since I had this and I had that much left, I was like, I may as well use it. Right? So doing my 2 Cajun. And because I love anything jerk, that's why I said especially jerk seafood. That's why I said, let me make me some jerk ones. And this jerk seasoning blend is definitely in the cookbook. When I tell you I use this doggone blend so much, it's crazy. I should know the recipe by heart as much as I make it. Because it is delicious. It is delicious. All right. And the cool thing about it is that it's really gonna marinate up in there. And I'm just mixing these up real quick before I throw all the other stuff up in here. You know, I told you, you got a little saucy sauce. Blend it up as much as you can before you put all the other things in there. Blending this up so that once we put the other stuff up in here, y'all good to go and mixed up. So far, we've done the chicken fajitas that are going to be amazing. And then and you can use whatever protein you like, right? I just like doing the chicken. We did the meatball soup, and now we're getting some salmon packets ready. And I'm doing Cajun and I'm doing jerk. So from what you've seen so far, what are you the most excited about? All right. So we got these. Let me put these aside real quick because what we also going to put in here, some vegetables, right? And you can keep these over here. You can decide. Now I'm trying to decide. That's why I poured out both. So you can use the green beans or you can use some asparagus. I think I'm going to do half and half, right? So put half of these. We'll have, I'll do 1 Cajun, 1 jerk with asparagus. Then 1 Cajun, 1 jerk with green beans. And you know what? Especially for my people who are cooking for one, this is a great way for you to prep in advance, but feel like you're getting some variety. You can switch it up. So switching up the flavors, switching up the vegetables, it's a good way to use the same ingredients, but have different experiences, right? So I'm just throwing these up in here, and I'm just using about 4 spears, as I said in what was that? Boomerang. Why they gotta call them spears? Fresh. 4 spears in each. And then I'm gonna do the same thing for my green beans. They're gonna be 4 of those. That's gonna be nothing. But I'm gonna add a little bit of green beans in each of these. So now you're gonna have some jerk salmon with green beans, some jerk salmon with some asparagus. You're gonna have some Cajun salmon with some asparagus and some Cajun salmon with some green beans. Same way, like when it's time for you to eat, if you want to bring, maybe one day you make couscous, maybe one day you make a little brown rice, maybe one day you have your little baked potato or a sweet potato. So much stuff you can do with it, right? Mix it all up. I feel like I could put some more green beans. I got so much green beans in that one. You get some more green beans. Just a little bit. Okay. Oh well, he didn't want to go, so that's fine. I didn't want to eat it anyway. All right, mixing this all up. Mix it. All right. Then the last thing we need, now we're just gonna throw our salmon up in here. Easy peasy. And again, these are freezer meals. So guess what you don't have to do? Defrost it. You just gonna go ahead and put this in here. Frozen as it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. But we are going to take these out of here so that when they do defrost, they are ready in the seasoning so that they add extra flavor. And with these, probably what you can do is, because these are packets, they're seasoned up now when you're ready to eat them, because it's salmon, seafood cooks very quickly, and so will these vegetables. You just throw these in foil. So you just get some heavy duty foil, pour it in there, seal them on the top, roll them up, throw them on top of the pan, put them in the oven, and you solid. Probably about at 375 for about 15 minutes. It's that long, right? So just cook. Whoa, you got to slide out. You tried it. See how easy this is, y'all. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. These some nice size chunks of salmon too. Let's get in there. So doggone easy. They're gonna be so good. So if my folks who skip cooking, or like I don't know what to make, it takes too much time, we just prep 3 doggone whole meals in less than 30 minutes. That you get to just throw in a slow cooker or throw in some foil in the oven. All you gotta do is pull it out the night before, put it in the refrigerator the night before you plan on making it. And there you go. There you go. And if you're gonna do a slow cooker, do it on low for 6 to 8 hours. And if you're gonna do high, 4 to 6. That's it. Easy peasy. So now the last thing we're gonna throw in there, because I did not forget, I'm gonna throw our little lime in there. Boop. Close it up. Mm-hmm. Or you can use a yellow lemon. Some you use my green lemon. Look, I can't believe that man said a green lemon. Yeah, I don't know which one of these I'm gonna make mix. I think I might. Maybe I'll do these 4 packets tomorrow. Cause I don't mind cooking a little bit more on Sundays because I'm home. On Mondays, and it's my day to cook. I prefer slow cooker stuff because I'm working. All right, seal that up. Throw this last one in here. And that's it, y'all. We're going to throw this inside of the bag, the big bag. Let you know what it is. Our salmon packets. Oh, this is so easy. I'm so excited about these. Everybody got their own recommended meal. That's the other thing I love about packet meals. Baby, talk about no cleanup. You just get to put them inside a doggone some aluminum foil, and then put that foil on top of the plate and throw it away. Man, you ain't got no pots to serve. You ain't got no pots or pans to clean up. Barely got plates to clean. Now you got the salmon pack. So, in less than 30 minutes, we just made 3 meals. We have our chicken fajitas, have our meatball soup, and we have our salmon packets. Super easy, all ready to throw in the freezer. But whenever you are ready to make them, all you got to do is throw them in the refrigerator the night before, let them defrost. Either throw them in a slow cooker, throw it in this pot, or just throw them in some foil. So hope you enjoyed this. When you make yours, let me know. Tag me at Fitness Is Not a Game, hashtag Fitness Is Not a Game, so that I can see how you did yours and let me know what you think. So hope you enjoyed this segment. I truly had fun doing this, and I can't wait to try them. So y'all have an amazing day. And if you have to go outside, please be safe, because I just want you to be healthy. I want you to be healthy, and I want you to be here. I will see you next time. All right, y'all. Bye.